Consider the recent announcement of Overwatch.
What I've missed the announcement related to Overwatch, I think.
Uh, it's a game,
I mean, I know what
and
Overwatch
it
is,
looks like
but
and it looks like they're going to have cosmetic microtransactions, and they have no idea of what they're going to do with additional characters when they add them in.
we're going off topic again, but I'm okay with that because Overwatch is free as long as they make all the characters free.
Overwatch is not free. Overwatch is a $40 game.
It is? I thought Overwatch was
It's
free to play.
it's not free to play. It is not free to play. They announced it at BlizzCon. It is $40 minimum
Oh, well,
with other packs, including cosmetic characters or statues, depending on the version you get.
oh, well, screw that. They're dumb. I'm not paying for that. I didn't realize that it was $40. I missed that announcement somewhere. I mean, I was happy for microtransactions when it was free to play, as long as they made all future characters free. But no, screw that.
Yeah, I think everyone was assuming free to play just because of Hearthstone and uh, the game that I don't want to say rip off, but took inspiration from Team Fortress 2 and League of Legends, or the MOBA genre in general, I should say, because of their abilities. Both of those are typically free to play titles.
hmm I mean, if I would be okay with it if they said, "Hey, we're charging $40 for this game, and then we'll have DLC in the future." Okay, that's fine.
Or the simple fact that they said that they have no idea what they want to do with DLC or additional characters when they add them in.
I don't believe
That's a
that
red
at
flag.
all. I don't believe that at all. What I heard that announcement, and what that makes me think is they know that they have done something, and I think what you just said, that it's going to be $40 and they're going to have microtransactions. I think they know that they kind of stepped in it on that one, and they want to charge for future characters, but they're not going to talk about that right now because everyone
Or
is,
they saw what happened to Evolve.
yeah. So they don't want to talk about it. They want to let that one sit until people, forget about what just happened. Um, I mean, maybe not even until after the game launches, and then they'll be like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna charge you for characters."
Yeah, $5 a character. But you could buy but you could buy a pack of for 20.
Wow,
Isn't that a great deal?
an extremely good deal. Today they just released another expansion for
And all
Hearthstone.
of them are overpowered. Yeah, so I have Hearthstone started in one of those games that I love to watch being played, but I have no interest in playing anymore.
I'm on the verge
Just
of not
because
being able to keep
far,
up.
I'm so far behind in cards
Yeah, I'm
that
starting to fall
I,
behind.
I try to go. Yeah, I try to go on the ladder and I'll just get stomped,
I was
and there's
just
no way to make money outside of winning.
Yeah, I was just starting to get a few cards from the newest expansion, um, the tournament, and then they release another set with 45 cards, and it's like, well, crap.
Yeah, and I've seen some of those cards. They are, I don't want to say overpowered, but some of them are pretty much a requirement for certain decks.
Yeah, a lot of the story kind of content cards are very powerful. Some of them are very situational, I'll say. The ones from the story packs are honestly less important than the ones from the big updates, but I mean, they still change the meta, and I mean, I've got almost the entire first two sets. So the base set, I've got all of Naxxramas, which was the first kind of story expansion they did, and then I've got most of the Goblins versus Gnomes. But then the Fire Rock Mountain or whatever it was, I don't have any of those. I've got a handful of the ones from the Grand Tournament, and they just released another one, and I'm like, if they do one more of these before I get a chance to really get in there and grind out some of those cards, I'm I'm screwed. I might as well just quit playing ladder.
Well, I stopped playing for a while before they did the first expansion, or the first story content, Nextramus.
Uh huh.
Came back for the first 20 in Nextramus, tried the ladder, and I was just getting stomped because people had cards that I had no access to. So I gave up on that. And now, if I go back, I'm what, three adventure packs and two expansions behind now, or one expansion behind?
Yeah, two expansions.
Yeah, they've just done so much power creep that unless I want to put in like $300 to get all the cards, no way.
Yeah. And there's no sense in releasing cards that fast. I mean, there's plenty of people like me who have, put a few bucks in, might be willing to put a few more bucks in if they can catch up, and they
Well,
can.
here's the thing: is that free to play games are generally powered by the whales and not the general players.
That's true.
They want the 1% that put in thousands of dollars.
To be happy. Yeah,
I
no.
mean, just look at the day that they released a major expansion. The day that they released Goblins versus Gnomes, you had several high-end streamers and YouTubers making videos of them spending about $300 or $400 on packs just to get all the cards to be able to make videos.
Yeah.
That's the people that they want.
Oh yeah, I know that.
I mean, not to that degree, most likely, but they want somebody that the expansion comes out, they put down $50 to get a good chunk of cards.
I think $50 buys you 60 card packs. I mean, I've spent maybe $10 on Hearthstone over the course of the last, couple of years. But, I totally get what you're saying. I understand that about the free-to-play business model, but at the same time, it's a short-term gain and a long-term loss when you do that sort of thing, because you've got your people who are your whales, absolutely, who will spend hundreds, maybe thousands of dollars depending on what the game is, and then they're done, and people like me who could over the long term spend maybe a few $100, but there's a lot more of us, like I think I read somewhere once that the whale was 3 to 5% depending on the game of the population that plays a free-to-play game. So, you get your 3 to 5% of people spending several hundred to, $1,000 really quickly. And then everyone else who might spend, $100 over their lifetime playing the game over the course of a year or whatever, the majority of your audience, which is just as much, if not more money, all of a sudden are like, well, I can't keep up. What's the point? I'm not going to spend that much money. And so they prematurely leave, and they don't drop, a tenth of that. Like I said, I've spent maybe $10 on Hearthstone tops, and I'm to the point where I'm like, $10 isn't going to cut it. $10 isn't going to get me back in the game, and I'm pretty good at Hearthstone. I mean, I'm not like a tournament level player, but I'm pretty good. My win ratio is positive. And I've been playing Gimped this whole time because I don't have the full card list. And it's infuriating when I play against someone who either has had so much time that they can grind out all the cards, or they just go and buy the packs to get all of the cards. And it's infuriating to play against someone and it's like, my cards are just legitimately not as good as yours. And only by stroke of sheer luck could I win a match against you.
Yeah, it's just infuriating.
And whenever that happens, that's when I'm done playing for the day. I might play 4 or 5 games of Hearthstone a day, but if my first game is against someone like that, I'm done. I'm not playing anymore for the rest of the day. We've gotten way, way off the topic of Fallout 4. That's
Yeah,
okay, though.
really.
I might chop this up into a couple of videos. Do the Fallout 4 video as one video, and then do our digressions as another video. Take a little bit of editing,
The outtakes.
I mean, mostly while we've been having this conversation, I'm running around clearing out more junk from my town. I discovered not a second area, but kind of like a little cove that goes down next to a river, and it's full of dead trees. You can clear out the trees and get wood. So I'm getting lots of wood. And rubber. A lot of tires down here by the river. Somebody must have been living in a van down by the river. I think that might be it, though. I think I've gotten all of the junk. Well, a lot of this stuff is junk, but it can be stored in my inventory. So I'm going to come back later and pick it up and put it in my inventory and use it for crafting materials. The happiness level of my town is 55% though, because I've just cleared out a bunch of garbage.
Plus, you have the still going, right?
Yeah, I've got the still going. What time is it? 10 o'clock.